I'm in deep now. I think I put in a couple more hours into this game. I'm going to go back to where I was earlier and show some of the improvements that I made in terms of construction based on what I've learned since then. Let me get rid of the overlay menu here. LT, overlay menu. Let me turn off the overlay here. It's winter time. Check the bottom of the screen. I press down on the D-pad. Check out the bottom of the screen right there. Winter season, hour 52 of 56. So we got 4 more hours, quote-unquote, of winter before we can start growing food again. Food and storage. Our food quality is marginal. Blah, I have to fix that. But the food variety is excellent, which is what I was really interested in. Water. Adequate water usage. Storage, 64%, so we're caught up. We've had a couple of missions along the way where we've had to build a couple of storage units, so that helped. Air quality, 97%. I'll mention the intake fan in a second. Population, average happiness, 71. That'll do for now. Nanites in inventory, we got enough. 2 structures extracting metals, 1 structure converting to nanites, 1 copper available to convert. I really haven't converted the copper yet. I'll check on that. Electricity, demanded and supplied. Geothermal generator that's been upgraded. Solar panel, Prometheus lander, and 3 solar modules. Okay. Zoom in a bit. This place is going to look a lot better once spring rolls around. These are the basic units of my colony right here. All these little tiny areas. These storage modules right here. These were there by default when I started the mission. As was this solar module. Those 2. As was this oxygen regulator module that was there from the beginning. Construction drone hub was there at the beginning. I upgraded that a couple of missions ago, I want to say. Upgrade to tier 2. Yeah, I upgraded that to tier 2. So that gave me an extra drone to use for my construction. And solar panel. Again, this is winter time, so in the winter time we aren't generating any electricity. Check the bottom of the screen by pressing the D-pad. Use the D-pad to go over here, and you can see the electricity that we're generating. Again, 3 solar modules. Already mentioned those on the main ship. The problem is that it's winter time. We don't generate solar energy. The good news is we have plenty of wind turbines going around here. Let me show you that. Let's see, overlay menu. I have an electricity menu, don't I? Thought I did. There we go. Electricity overlay. Provides electricity is green. So those are the solar modules producing what? 2 power. Well, it's wintertime. Not supposed to be generating power, are they? The lander produces power. I guess that makes sense. It's our main ship. I put a wind turbine here, so that's definitely generating power. Got a geothermal generator that's generating power. In fact, let's see where it was. I already upgraded. I guess I've already upgraded as much as I can. See right there, next to the LT? It says tier 2 of 2, so I've already upgraded as much as I can. Generating 130 power. That's outstanding. Now, what else do we have here? That's a nanite processor that consumes power. Looking for more green. Here we go. This wind turbine is generating 6 units of power, which isn't great. But if nothing else, what it's doing is it's supplementing what we already have. And really what it does is it provides an extension of our power zone. So really as we start out here, then we start building out towards these geothermal generators. I'll show you what I mean in a second. I like geothermal generators because they're basically free, well, they're almost free energy. They work all year long. They aren't dependent on the weather, at least at this point in the game. Let me get rid of that overlay. In fact, let me show you that other overlay I got. Overlay menu. Resource overlay. I guess that doesn't... Yes, this does count, doesn't it? Yeah, over here. Check out the map. There's an unexploited resource here. What could this be? Press the A button. Geothermal vent. So the idea is you can build geothermal generators here to generate electricity and prevent toxic gas emissions. The problem is I need to be able to build my colony over towards these generators to exploit them, which is what I did up here. I just built my colony out in that direction and then built the geothermal generator right on top of it. One thing I want to mention. Now I'll probably have to turn off this colony control right here. Let me turn on my air quality. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Okay, air quality. So I guess there's polluted air around here. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so you can't really see that, so let me turn off that overlay menu. There we go. Right there is an intake fan. I put it right in front of my geothermal generator. The idea is that I can use this intake fan to reduce toxic gases around this geothermal vent. I'm assuming that's where they were coming from. I have to double check and see what's going on with that. Yeah, let's see. Max 15 air. Increases the air quality. Yeah, that's good. Let me check on something. Is the air quality listed here? This colony is hermetically sealed, and colonists will become unhappy when the air... Okay, whatever. That's been established. That's not the air quality I was expecting to see. So we'll get to that. But that's why I stuck the air vent there. I might not need it there. I might need to confirm that a bit later. So what else is generating? Well, what else is generating then? Well, there'll be a mission for that later. I started out by growing melons here. I could have swore I was growing melons here. But now, as it turns out, I have too many melons. Because there was a mission that said grow 100 melons. Well, I did that already. Fantastic. Well, now I have too many melons. Colony control. Okay, check out the melons down here. I had like 260. But what happens is this green bar right here, this is green square right here, that means it's being consumed. It means, the colonists are eating it. I turn that off. See? Toggle consumable. If I turn it off, that means we'll have enough for our trade hub. Again, what's the trade hub? Once I turn off the melons as consumables, I can go to my trade hub down here. And I currently have a contract out to ship out 100 melons in exchange for some porridge. So it's basic. It's an even exchange as far as I'm concerned. I'm increasing my food variety and getting rid of a resource that I have too much of anyway. So I have way too many melons. Once this contract is completed, I will make the melons consumable again, because right now they're just sitting in storage, and I'm dumping them onto the trade ships, so that once we export 100 melons, we'll complete that mission and we'll get our reward. And of course, we'll also get our 120 porridge in the process. Let me double check that colony control. How much porridge do we have, by the way? We don't have a lot, so we'll get some more of that. They say it's tasty, and I don't believe them. But the idea is that I have plenty of melons, so I'm decreasing a surplus of one food stock to create an adequate backup supply of an alternate food stock that's not as common. So we're diversifying our food portfolio. We'll just call it that. I'm probably overthinking it. But this is a city builder and it's a resource management game, and I tend to overthink resource management stuff in video games. I'll be the first person to say that. By the way, I'm switching production of this farm over to broccoli because at some point I believe the game's going to tell us, hey, we want broccoli. So, and we have 20 melons anyway. We can grow melons again later. We'll grow something else at some other point, but broccoli grows at what, like 40% productivity at this location, so it's not going to be great, but it'll do. And it'll diversify what we have, because we don't have any broccoli. In fact, I'll show you that. We don't have any broccoli, do we? I don't see any broccoli here. So we'll be adding broccoli to our food portfolio. I'm not complaining about that. A few other things I should mention. I got a mine. Let me show you where those are built, actually. Colony. You can go back to my earlier video if you want more detail about that. Overlay menu. Resource overlay. Right here, got iron. Let me zoom in on that. 11... a tenth of an iron per hour? Well, okay. Whatever. Maybe 2 a day. Let's see. Using electricity, of course. So we have plenty of iron left in this mine. We haven't reduced it yet. Yeah, the commute here is not great. We'll talk about the commute a bit later as it becomes a serious issue, I bet. Increase the mining rate. We'll do that later if we have to. What's this? Oh, it's not a mine. Here we go. This is a nanite processor. Synthesizing nanite. It takes a while. But it basically converts... Yeah, processing. Processor. It processes the iron and the copper that we're mining right now and turns it into nanites. What are nanites? Down here at the bottom of the screen, press down on the D-pad. Right there, we use them in construction. 201 nanites in our inventory. So eventually, at some point, anytime we want to build anything, we need nanites. So, there you go. Copper mine. Half a copper per hour. It's probably good enough as is. It's using electricity, of course. We have plenty of electricity right now. And they're happy. As they should be, because they're working close to home. They don't have to commute very far. And they're productive. Okay, farm, we'll get into that in a second. Yes, our water pump. That was the first thing the game wanted us to build, was a water pump. In fact, let me confirm something there. Okay, it doesn't say anything. We'll talk about priorities a bit later, because some places that we build don't have any workers there because people aren't incentivized to work there. So we can adjust the priority of hiring to kind of nudge people, nudge people in the direction of working in those specific locations. The commute might suck, but if we encourage them to work there, it'll make those work zones more productive, and more importantly, it will actually keep them running. Because if no one's there, nothing happens, basically. So, if that becomes an issue, we'll go into more detail about that. I already mentioned the construction hub. Actually, let me show you that in a second. I have a couple of master plans in place. For instance, let me turn off that overlay. Okay. I built this construction hub here. Let me zoom out a bit. Do I have a construction overlay? Like a drone overlay or something? Yep, there we go. Drone overlay. So where can our drones reach? I can't zoom out. Okay, I'll tell you what. I can turn that off and then zoom out. Colony control. No. Let me zoom out. It's kind of annoying. There we go. Alright. So now we can use our overlay for the drones. Okay, check out the green squares. Where can we build? Well, our construction drones can build all the way out to here. Yeah, okay, so I can zoom in. Okay, that's better. That's what I needed. Okay, so where can they go? They can reach all the way out to this construction. I hope they can reach out to this geothermal vent, because it's right at the edge of the construction zone. I wanted it there because there was a cargo pod right around here. In fact, there was a mission where I had to expand the construction zone area to include a drop pod, a cargo pod, and the geothermal vent. So basically the game said I had to be able to expand my construction zone to include this and a cargo pod. Okay, so what's a cargo pod? Let me zoom in a bit. This one over here. See? You can barely... There's no overlay for this, I don't think. But see? Cargo pod. So if we can build our construction zones out into an area that includes... If one of these is inside the range of a construction drone, then we will be able to summon a drone to gather the materials in this construction pod. So these are like goody huts in Civilization. If you collect them, you get all the goodies inside. I already mentioned, you already saw what's inside of this. Was it food? Yeah, food, bread, and gold. So food, gold, and nanites. So construction material, gold, which I guess we can... I haven't bought anything in this game yet. I guess we can export it. And of course bread, which is always useful. Okay, so what else should I mention? So we'll talk about expanding the construction drone zone later. And I built a habitat. Let me zoom out. Okay, I built an outpost here to store basically some of our new residents. We're gonna get at least 50 people in our territory at some point. I built and by the way, they'll be able to commute from here to their jobs. We'll get to that later. The air vent is, like I said, that air intake vent is there to reduce pollution around the residents. And there's a habitat over here, again, for new residents. Not nearly that highly... There aren't that many people there, but we'll be building more of those. What else do we need? Let me check down here. We have water, at least. Storage is fine. Air quality is fine. Happiness is good enough for now. We'll need electricity later, but once spring rolls around, we'll have more electricity going through the colony, so we don't have to build any more wind turbines or anything. Okay, right now we're building a storage depot. Why? Because the game told us to. Where's that storage hub? Build a storage depot. That's a mini storage depot. Okay, I guess I can build it down here. I thought I was building that already. There it is. That storage depot, that's the one I'm building. So our storage needs will be taken care of very shortly. Because once we run out of space, we can't store any food, and that becomes a problem. Because if we run out of food, we're not going to go well. Okay, so again, we're building towards a population of 50. Exporting melons. We're getting there. They'll give us soda if we give them melons. Well, they're giving us porridge anyway, but the reward for completing the specific mission is soda. And nanites, but soda. I guess it makes people happy or something. And once we build our research lab, we'll get into the other nonsense we have to deal with. Batteries. Let's build an energy battery to store some of our colony's electricity. Putting a battery mode option to the powers and policies menu in the panel in the control. Okay, in the control panel. If you ever suffer a power shortage, battery mode will release the stored power, and hopefully you can buy you enough time to fix the problem. Which, of course, in wintertime, that could be an issue. Or if you just overbuilt and you don't have the power to sustain what you've built, or some nonsense happens, a disaster happens, I suppose, you need extra power. That's what the battery's for. The good news is we don't need it now, but we're going to use this just so we can complete this suggested mission. These missions are optional. I'm just going to complete them anyway because they teach me how to play the game. Okay, so electricity over there. Energy battery, tier 1. That's not that big. Let me zoom out a bit. Like I said, I'm going to build towards that thing over there, that geothermal power plant. So that might be the extent of where I build. Oh, there's a cargo plant over there. Can I build on that? Okay, so I can build there if I need to, so that's good. Okay, so I can build there if I need to. That's great. Cause see this? It's blocked right here. Duh. Because we can only build a construction. We can only build a power plant here, but we can't build further than that. I'll show you that in a second. For instance, electricity. So we'll have plenty of electricity. Don't worry. Geothermal generator tier 1. Ooh, this is not looking good. Gosh darn it, we can't build here. I got overzealous. I can't build anything here. Ooh, I'm going to have to build another construction area. Gosh darn it. Well, I screwed that up. So, where's the plan? I guess I can build a construction zone out here. So I can get both, so I can get this and that. Okay, so I can build a construction zone out towards this cargo pod and get this geothermal vent in the process. That turned out to be a massive waste of time on my part. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this thing that I built right here, very poorly planned. I should have built that over closer to here. So that's my bad. I understand. That's how I learn stuff in this game. By accident. Again, if you want to be hyper efficient, I'm sure there are challenges you could do. You know, I could probably end up doing a video later if I buy this game. I probably will, eventually at some point. And then I'll work out my efficiency, make the most efficient city I can possibly make. That's how I challenge myself in games like this. So I'm gonna build a drone zone out here that can grab that. Of course, I won't be able to build a lot over there because there's a lot of holes over here. And that might be an interesting place to see if I can build. Alright, so the plan is to build something right there that can grab that cargo pod. So we'll build in that direction eventually. I'm really disappointed in myself, I admit. Okay, new mission. Batteries, exporting rice. Okay, we got the melons. Rice, 160 rice. I can export nanites and get ration packs. We'll get to that later. Eventually, these things just sit there for a while if you don't assign them a contract. So let's give them a contract. They want rice. How much rice do we have? 140. How much do they say they want? We'll turn that off. How much do they... By the way, we can just... As you saw there, you can destroy food if you have too much of it and it's taking up space. If you're running out of space, you can destroy items. So just keep that in mind. Where's the rice? Sweet, see? Destroy 10 of the rice. So if we have too much, we can destroy it so that we can make room for more important stuff. But for now, we're just going to destroy the soda. Very unhealthy. Yeah. Why are we eating this? Anyway. I guess it makes people happy or something. Rice. We've turned off the rice. Trade menu. 160. Ooh. Watch this. We're going to turn off the broccoli. Well, winter just ended anyway, so we'll turn off the broccoli. Rice. 70% productivity at this location. Okay. So we'll have plenty of time for rice. So I'll tell you what. We turned off the rice. We're going to grow some rice. Trade menu. We're going to export the rice, and then we'll just get some... We'll have plenty of rice by winter, and then once we get up to 160, then we'll be able to switch out foodstuffs. Okay, we got some immigrants. We'll press the Y button up here. Energy batteries completed, so we got nanites and barley, so that's good. That'll increase our food diversity. And we got 3 more immigrants. We're trying to get up to 60. We'll get there eventually. Let me check on something. We'll get bread. Okay, we're fine there. So we're gonna need a construction drone at some point. We'll build as far out there as we can. Can we build up here? Nah. We'll probably build along this area. I didn't want to build out here, but I'm kind of forcing the issue. I'm forcing the issue now that I've built too far away from this geothermal vent, so I'm disappointed in myself. So we have plenty of power now. Should we build it? Well, we're going to build another geothermal vent, so I don't think we need any more turbines here. What else do we need? We could build a farm, but I don't want to push my luck just yet. We don't really need any more water, I hope. Storage, we got plenty of storage, so we won't need any more storage. We're going to need to build a vent, so we'll need to build a vent out by the geothermal generator in a second, or at least the planned geothermal vent later. Come on, there we go. What do we got? Lightning tower. Yeah, they want us to build a lightning tower. They want us to build it in the center of the colony. Protect as many buildings as you can. So place it close to the center of your colony. Okay, fine. Defense. Lightning tower. Zoom out. So I guess right around here. Let's put it down here. Zoom in. Yeah, we're going to build out in that direction anyway. Nope, I want as much of that as possible. Okay, we'll put it right there. I didn't want to get the hole, but it looks like we have to get the hole. That's fine. That hole is just empty area we can't do anything with right now. Okay, so we'll build that lightning tower, and in the meantime, we'll get some drones out here. In fact, what kind of drones do we want? Zoom out. Okay, so we want that cargo pod. Can we even reach that cargo pod from here? Let me check on that. I had to do this last time and I screwed it up. Let's make sure I got enough coverage. Resource. There we go. I can't see. Yeah, this thing isn't on the resource map. I'll cheat. Watch this. See if this works. Drone. Down there. I don't think it's possible to get the two together. Yeah, I'm not sure it's possible. Darn it. It's not possible. I screwed up. I can't get that and build a construction hub. I can't reach it. Gosh darn it. Well, I tried. I mean, I got overzealous there, but that's okay. It's okay. I can probably build it somewhere else. So I can still build out towards this geothermal vent eventually. Actually, that's right. I can't expand the drone range, can I? Oh well. I also want to build out here eventually, because these things I want to collect. Alright, so let's find out an alternate plan here. Yeah, I can't collect that and the geothermal vent. I screwed that up. I guess I gotta build another one just to collect that. Well, what else is out here that's worth collecting? Any resources out here, maybe? Because maybe I can collect 2 resources in one area. That might be nice. Geothermal vent. Nope, this place is dead. So unless I want to get that thing, I guess I just have to avoid that entirely. Nanite, quinoa, and amaranthum. Yeah, sounds so enticing. I'm gonna have to build 2 of these things just to get that thing, and then I can recycle. Then I guess I can recycle the drone hub. Sounds like a waste, but hey, we'll make. So that'll be my excuse to learn how to recycle. How does that sound? All right, so we can build out there. We can build a construction hub out here, and then recycle it as soon as we build it. I guess that'll be fine. I disappointed myself. We'll go from here south. We can farm out here. I guess that'll be good for something. Okay, construction hub. See, I learned something. Let me check on the time left. Got 10 minutes left. Let's make it count. So we can build out here. We'll have plenty of power in the meantime, though. That won't be an issue. New mission. Expanding. 3 additional structures of any type excluding tunnels. That's easy. We'll get nanites and porridge, yeah. Let's see. So we're building rice up there. Yeah, we'll build farms out here. I guess that makes sense. We can build farms out by the cargo pods. We'll make it worth our while. See, I'm putting all this into action, you see. Okay, so we don't care what structures. Just build any structures, okay. We can't build the... Yeah, we're going to build a research area out there at some point. And so we'll build one of those. Actually, we might need a... You know what? Let's build a habitat out there. An outpost. Yeah, that'll work. Yes, they can commute. These people will commute to these areas. Sounds good. Okay, so we got that. Then once we build that, we can build an intake vent. I might have screwed that up, but that's okay. We got more colonists, but they'll have a place to live now, so that's always good. Okay, what else? Drone management. Construction hub. Yeah, we can